Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song Apart by The Cure. As usual, this song comes to you as a request from one of my viewers, so if you want to get your song reviewed, just do what they did. Leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to add it to my list. I think at this point I've only heard maybe one, maybe two songs by The Cure. Kind of fuzzy on the details. It's with as much music as I listen to on this channel, it's hard to keep track of what I've heard or not, but I'm pretty sure I've heard a song or two by The Cure. So kind of know what to expect going in, but just hoping for a good song. And with that, I say we stop wasting time and jump right in. This is again Apart by The Cure, requested by one of my viewers. Let's do it.
Understand, but she won't understand it. She waits all night for him to call, but he won't call anymore. He waits to hear her say forgive, but she just drops a pearl black eyes and prays to hear him say I love you, but he tells no more lies. To sympathize, she won't sympathize at all. She waits all night to feel his kiss, but always wakes alone. He waits to hear her say forget, but she just hangs her to hear him say no more. I'll never leave again. How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. How did we get this far apart? I thought this love would last forever. She waits all night for him to call, but he won't call. He waits to hear her say forget, but she just drops her pearl black eyes and prays to hear him say I love you, but he tells no more lies.
That's a good line.
How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. How did we get this far apart? I thought this love would last forever. How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. How did we get this far apart? I thought this love would last forever.
Wow. I really like that. I thought that was really, really well done. I think specifically what really grabbed me from the start was that, let's see if I can kind of pinpoint it here. But that like bass line right here, you hear it. I'm assuming it's, yeah, right, there's bass line. Gotta be careful, I'll just listen to it again. But yeah, the bass line throughout, it kind of repeats throughout the song, but it to really wonderful effect. Because one, it's a really good bass line, and two, it really kind of sets the tone of the song. It sort of gives a sort of steadiness to the song where the other instruments can work around. And with that, like, there was really great guitar work, a nice little guitar kind of solo break in there. I thought the drumming went along perfectly with what they were doing. I mean, this was a really, really good song. So let's break it down piece by piece like we always do, of course, starting with those lyrics. So let's see. I do want to see if there is an about section, because sometimes usually it shows up there at the top, but yeah, not this time. All right, anyway, here we go. He waits for her to understand, but she won't understand at all. She waits all night for him to call, but he won't call anymore. He waits to hear her say forgive, but she just drops her pearl black eyes and prays to hear him say I love you, but he tells no more lies. And I think I missed that the first way through. The second time I heard that line, I was like, that is such a good line. But yeah, to me it sounds like a breakup, right? Like he's sort of waiting for her to understand his side of things, but that time will never come. She waits for him to call, but again, he's not going to be the one to call first. So it's like this breakup happens maybe over an argument, or maybe over like too many lies, kind of as this leads on here. But like both sides are kind of almost being stubborn, right? Where neither side's going to call first, neither side's going to give an inch, essentially, right? But what a great line. She just drops her pearl black eyes and waits to hear him say I love you, but he tells no more lies. And so it almost makes you wonder, like the previous I love yous, like while they were maybe dating or married or what have you, what were those sincere, or did the relationship end because there really wasn't that love there? So yeah, I mean, this is already just in the first verse, or in the first verse, very well written. He waits for her to sympathize, but she won't sympathize at all. She waits all night to feel his kiss, but always wakes alone. He waits to hear her say forget, but she just hangs. So like forgive and forget, right? But again, she's hanging on to that, and he's again not going to be the one to give ground first. So it's like both sides are being stubborn about it. But she just hangs her head in pain and prays to hear him say, no more, I'll never leave again. How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. How did we get this far apart? I thought this love would last forever. And there it is, right? It's a breakup. It's one of those things, again, where, pretty much anytime there's a breakup, right? You're like, man, how did it get to this point? And that's that part right there. He waits for her to understand, but she won't understand at all. She waits all night for him to call, but he won't call anymore. He waits for her. He waits to hear her say forgive, but she just drops her pearl black eyes and prays to hear him say I love you, but he tells no more lies. How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. How did we get this far apart? I thought this love would last forever. How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. Yeah. So, man, I think this is really well written. I think it really captures that sense of, again, a breakup, but one in which, like, neither side is willing to give ground. And so they end up staying apart, right? I think it's one of those things where, like, he sort of has this expectation for how she's going to respond to it, and that expectation is never fulfilled. She has an expectation on how he is going to respond to it, and that expectation is never fulfilled. So it's just like neither side is giving ground. Both sides are being stubborn. In the end, they're going to stay broken up because neither side wants to compromise, right? So, and I think a lot of us who have probably been through a breakup have kind of been through something like that, right? Where, you're not willing to compromise on certain things, they're not willing to compromise on certain things. And so ultimately the ultimate decision is to stay broken up, right? So yeah, I think this is relatable. It's really well written. There's some really just hard lines in there. Like I said, this one where he says I love you, but he tells no more lies. Like, what a great, well written line. So lyrically, this one gets 2 big thumbs up from me. As far as instrumentation and vocals go, I like the vocals really stood out to me here because, again, they're dark, they're moody, but on top of that, the layering of the backup vocals also, I think, provided that extra sort of sinister, dark mood to the song that I think really played well here. So the vocals, I thought, really carried the song in a positive way. But the big standout to me was, again, that bass line, that you just kind of get this nice bass line throughout that really sets the tone of the song, really kind of sets the dark, again, moody energy of it. But then the guitar work, the drums, everything else, I think sounded great around that bass line. Again, with that steady bass line, it gave all the other instruments time and room to sort of play in and out of that. So you got like a nice little guitar sort of solo or break, whatever you want to call it, there in the middle. And I think all of that really worked for a well put together, just, again, really captured that moodiness, that sort of like angst that is befitting of what was written in the lyrics as well. So instrumentally and vocally, this one gets 2 big thumbs up from me as well. And then as far as replay value goes, this is a little bit darker than what I normally listen to. I tend to listen to in my day-to-day, like, more fast-paced, energetic music, but this, I think, has some room on my playlist. I think it's one of those that, again, is super relatable, for one, but two, like, that bass line is just undeniable. I think everything really works for not only just, again, that dark, moody, relatable song, but it also works as just like being a good song to listen to. So, I probably don't listen to it all the time, but yeah, I think it still makes the playlist and gets some plays when I'm in the right mood. So for that, I'll give it a thumb up for replay value. Overall, a fantastic song and a fantastic request. Thank you so much for whoever requested this one. As always, if you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. And if you liked what you saw here with me today, consider supporting the channel by doing all the normal stuff you do on YouTube for all your favorite channels. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, because I'm always taking requests. Leave those in the comments. That's how we got this song here. So definitely leave that there. And then you can even check the description if you'd like to follow me on Twitch, TikTok, or Instagram. All right, guys, it's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.